Hello all. In this session, we will see another different fields in the civil engineering. In the last session, I have explained about the surveying. Here, in this session, structural engineering. I have taken structural engineering. So, what is structural engineering and what engineers' roles? So, first we will see all these things. That is, it involves the determination of support reactions, member forces, and moments, deflection, and deformations. That is, mainly in the structural engineering, we have to calculate the loads. And I mean, loads means whatever the load which is acting on the structure. That one, before constructing the any building or a structure, we need to calculate, because we have to see the stability of the building before constructing. We need to plan everything and we need to decide everything, with the uses of some softwares, right? Repair, rehabilitation, and maintenance is a part of the structural engineering, and it deals with the planning of position, layout of different elements, size, shape, and the material of components. So for this, the main aim of the structural engineers to just to safety and the serviceability of the requirement are not sacrificed. At economic is considered. Economy is the main source here. Dams, bridges, stadiums, auditoriums, multi-story buildings are analyzed and designed before constructing the structure. Design of few structures, upgrading existing structures, intelligent use of the new technologies and materials to control structural behavior. Structures include buildings, bridges, offshore platforms, transmission towers, and other specialized facilities. In structural engineers will take a very major role in calculating the loads. Buildings or a bridge or any tower poles, electric tower poles, so they're going to calculate the loads in each and every members. Each and every members means in the structure you can see different parts. I can say, instead of telling the components, I can say the parts of the building. For example, column, beam. Column means nothing but the pillar. We can see a different components or a parts of the building. So which component is taking, what is the load it is taking, so that one we need to calculate before constructing any structure or a building. Structure is the structure is the how I can say, it is assembly, assembly of so many parts or so many components, right? Two or more basic elements such as beam, slab, column, or a truss, frame, shells, etc. It is assembling different component, different parts. It deals with the requirements considered, that is designed for a limit states for collapse and serviceability. Here we are dealing with different the code books to the plan the loads which is going to takes place by the components or a parts of the building. So here you can see I was like telling about the parts or the components of the building. Here you can see beams, girders, columns, floors, foundation. So these are the different components or a parts of the building we have, and it will be vary to the different structures. Load path, you can see here. First, floor, it will take the load and it is going to pass. I have shown the order. Floor, first it is taking the load and passing to the beams, and beams to the girders to the columns, and columns to the foundation, and finally it is going to transfer to the soil or a earth surface. That earth surface topic we are going to deal with next session, that is geotechnical engineering. Geotechnical engineers, what are the duties of geotechnical engineers, we will see in the next session. The structural engineers roles. The basic purpose of designing a structure is to ensure its safety, functionality, and economy under the most severe condition of using during its lifespan. Information flows of studies and research increasing, and improvements of manufacturing process and materials, fast upgradation of design tools. That means we have a different softwares, to see the load calculations or any repair works, everything in this era. So that's why before going to start any structure, first we need to plan in such a way the building or a structure it should withstand for the so many years, long years. So that one we are that is a main role of a structural engineer. Next topic, that is hydraulics and water resources and irrigation engineering. First, I'll just say about the hydraulics. It's hydro, that is in the first four words, you can five words you can see hydro. Hydro means water. So definitely here we are dealing with the how the water will flow, how that fluid will move. So it is a study of the flow of water. In the very easiest definition of hydraulics is we are just dealing with the flow of water, designing of flow of water. So water resource engineering deals with the identification and utilization of available water resources, minimizing the loss. So water resource engineers will deal with the identification and utilization of water. For example, we are storing the water in the dams, right? So how to utilize that? For example, we are using for different purpose, agriculture purpose, drinking, and we are sending to industries. So these all concepts dealing by the water resources engineers. This also deals with groundwater utilization, groundwater recharge, and rainwater harvesting. In the water resource engineering, we have a small subdisciplines, that is again groundwater recharge, rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting is also very important concept while constructing any structure or a building. So these small the fields, it will comes under water resources engineering. Irrigation engineering deals with the water management for agriculture purpose, as I said. Dams are constructed at the desired location to store water in the reservoir. When the supply from the river is good and utilized for useful purpose during the drought, and canals are built for the purpose. During excess input, water is allowed to main river through the body of the dam to avoid flooding. So as we all know, like the when the rain is more, what will happen? To store that rainwater, so we need one structure, so that is called dam. In the dams, we are going to store the water for throughout the year. We are going to utilize that water as we required, for example for drinking purpose or for industries or for agriculture purpose. Water management involves the use of hydrologic and hydraulic principles of discipline, that is drainage system, retention ponds, navigational waterways, and flood control leaves, dams, and lakes. So what water management is also includes these, that is drainage system, retention ponds. So these subdisciplines also it is there in the water resources and irrigation engineering. So we will see the scope of the irrigation engineering separately now. So irrigation engineering deals with the planning and designing and maintaining the irrigation systems for the transport and distribution of water to the residential and agricultural sites. As I said, in irrigation engineering, it is deals with the different the small different fields, that is distribution of water. You can see the canals, small canals or channels near our areas or outskirts of the cities. So that is to distribute the water to respective places. That means agriculture purpose different channel, or a water drinking water separately, or industry separately. So we need a proper channel, proper place to distribute the water. So that study will comes under irrigation engineering. So how what are the works like it is involved in the civil irrigation engineering, that is sprinkling of the water to the agriculture purpose. You have seen the sprinklers to the some crops, and it is involved in directing water from dams, canals, and the rivers. The work is done in the field to evaluate terrain or soil and climatic characteristics to optimize the use of water for lawns and agricultural crops. Computers are often employed for modeling techniques to plan blueprints of the irrigation system, and present these are the subcontractors or installation technicians. Irrigation engineering involves these also, like blueprints of the irrigation system, that pipelines design, everything will comes under irrigation design. Sometimes some subcontractors will takes this works. So this is all about structural engineering, hydraulics, water resources engineering, and irrigation engineering. Thank you.